All right, guys, hopefully we got a nice easy one, and I probably say that in every damn video, you just never know. But we got some LokGrips brass Cobra grips with the Palmswells. Very aggressive. These are for the Q5 or Q4 match steel frame. If you guys aren't following Cobra, Ryan, I think it's Ryan Coyle, right? And I'll put the graphic if I got it wrong. But if you're not following that Cobra, man, that dude's got some great videos, great shooter. He linked up with LokGrips, and he's linked up with some other companies as well. But this one specifically, it's got that real cool Cobra logo on there, what he's known for. I went ahead and ordered these to add even more weight to the center of the gun, to the frame here. So we're gonna do an install on these. And these are nice and heavy. So this is a Walther Q5 PS because it has the Palmswells. You can see it there. It kind of gives you that curvature a little bit more to the palm. So it's got Palmswell. Really, really nice. Looks like we got the little locking pins. And then they put this one in the back so they're not, I guess, banging against each other. But really, really nice. This texture feels really nice and aggressive. You could definitely feel that. I mean, these are just beautiful, and these are just the raw brass ones. Really got some weight to it. I don't have a scale here, but maybe I'll look up the specs on it and post it up if I find it. So this will add some weight to it. Hopefully help with that felt recoil and keeping that muzzle down some with that, you know, centering some of that weight on here. All right, let's get this out of the way. Of course, comes with the little cool little sticker. And then I went ahead and ordered the extra screws. I always just get screws if I'm doing any kind of grip change. I get the screws from the company, these hex head grip screws, just because it's there. So I like to use their own screws and stuff like that. Let's figure out what we're gonna use here. Unfortunately, well, you know what, no, let's do this right. Let me get my right tools out so I can tell you guys what size it is. So let's see which one it is. I think this one's gonna be a little too big. Yes, too big. So it may be the 5/64ths. Let's see. Yeah, so 5/64ths. 5/64ths. Let's show that we're cleared first of all. You guys can see that there. Hopefully capturing that on camera. Empty, nothing in the mag, no mag or anything like that. Let's get that trigger pull out the way. All right, so first off, it looks like we're gonna go ahead and we have 2 screws on this side, 2 screws on this. Again, hopefully it's a nice, easy change. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out, and then I'm gonna kind of compare them to the ones they sent. And I'm gonna go ahead and do some blue Loctite here when I'm done. They do look to be identical, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the brand new ones just to make sure they're new and they're not worn and we have any issues with these grips coming loose during recoil. All right, so really, really easy. Again, this is the 5/64ths hex key. I got 2 on that side, 2 on this side. I don't think I have to get this row pin out. I think that's only holding the mag well. Put these on my little magnet. I think it's only holding the mag well in place. I hate when you have to take off so many different things just to get to one, but I don't think this is gonna be the case on this one. Okay, so this is all one piece here. So you just pull out and you can see that it's already sliding on its own. All right, it looks like we got a little filler plate. Hopefully I don't need that later. I'll see what I can figure out what that is, but it looks like it's a little filler plate there. And so there's your frame. Oh, okay, it's from this. Let's get that back in there then. There you go. So it looks like it has these little fillers in here, so that way nothing catches or hits out here, which I'm not sure why they didn't just not cut those out, but I don't know, I'm not the engineer. So here's our basic frame with the grips out. These have a slight Palmswell. Everybody knows Walther PDP, they have that nice grip contour, and it kind of goes even with your fingers. That's what I really did like about the gun. So we're gonna go ahead and install these, and this one keeps wanting to fall out, so I just got to be careful with that. And let me get my blue Loctite, get that ready. I'm gonna put the new ones over here. And then so essentially we have these little dowels, these little metal dowels that are going to connect these two plates together. The original is just one piece here, so there's nothing to connect. The LokGrips, I've had some on my Canic, and they both work the same way. So they connect this way, and those dowels will kind of connect top and bottom here. Let's test the fitment first, because maybe I have these in backwards. Okay, no, those go in just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put one in each side. Let's see how that goes. And then this piece keeps wanting to fall out. This little filler. All right, so let's put, oh wow, okay, so it's like stuck to me. Let's go ahead and put this guy back on here. All right, that looks like that's exactly where that one goes. Let's hold that in place. And then we're gonna go ahead and kind of get these started. Let's start from the back instead of the front, and it should just go right in. And they're not. Or maybe I should connect them. I'm gonna kind of get them started a little bit and then see if they just slide right in, which I think that should be okay as well. There we go. That probably worked a little better. Yeah, so it worked better. You kind of get them started, connecting a little bit, and then slide them on kind of like the one piece goes on, and then go ahead and press those together. And you can see that it's a perfect little marriage right there, right? They connect right there. God, those look really sleek. And then all you have is the 4 new screws to put in. So I'm gonna go ahead and blue Loctite these so I don't have any issues later. And any newbies, remember, blue Loctite, it's not permanent, right? You don't want to get the red on there, and some people may be saying, well, this is a red one. It's blue 242. Don't pay attention to the color of the bottle. You want blue 242. It is removable. It's just a thread locker. Provide a little more support. All right, I'm just gonna put a little dab on there, kind of move it around a little bit. It's okay if it gets on your fingers. It's not as bad as like if you're working with super glue and it gets all crazy. All right, so I'm gonna drop him in there. I'm gonna go ahead. I just want to get him started, and I see that he's going in. I felt slight pressure and I stopped because I don't want to get anything not off balance, but you don't want to tighten one side and then tighten the other side fully. It may not seat properly. So I would just get one started and then get the other started a little bit until you at least feel that initial pressure, like when you hit that wall, before you fully start tightening it. Like right there, it's just not even hand tight. I just felt the little pressure and I stopped. Let's get the other side. Let's hit these guys with the blue Loctite. And again, I'm just putting a little dab, not too crazy with it. I have had some issues with some of these grip screws come out, not necessarily with this gun. I've never changed the grips here, but on my Canic, I did have one screw that just kept backing out on me. So I ended up putting some blue Loctite, and that seemed to help. Okay, and then right there, I feel a little bit of pressure, so I'm gonna stop. Get the other one in there. There we go. Drop him right in there. And then we'll get him started as well. All right, so now we can go ahead and I just like to do hand tight and see how that goes. Let's get the other one. You don't want to strip the thread or anything like that. That blue Loctite should hold these in place. I don't think I saw anywhere if there was an actual torque poundage or anything like that. If it's on there, I completely missed it. And let me wipe off any. I had some of that blue Loctite all over my fingers. So I'm gonna wipe some of this stuff off. Yeah, who am I kidding? I'm just trying to make it look pretty for you guys. But if you use your guns a lot, there ain't no way you can keep these suckers looking pretty. They're gonna get scratched, dinged up, going in and out of your bag, competition. Hopefully we're not dropping pistols. I've never dropped one, knock on wood. But man, there we go. Real beautiful. Oh, look, these fell out. So I'm gonna have to put those back on. And we'll keep that in the video. Hopefully nobody caught that. I'm gonna back these back out. That blue Loctite has not set in just yet. So you can connect those, and it looks like it was this side that was kind of loose on me. You could probably even dab these with a little piece of grease on there so it kind of holds in there. There we go. Now we're back on. Perfect. And let's get these guys back on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna do it kind of hand tight. Again, no need. I don't see a need with the blue locker to really get super tight. These are very short screws to begin with. There we go. And all I'm doing is just kind of applying a little pressure at a time, almost like a torque, like an impact driver, right? It's kind of like that. I'm just kind of hitting it and see if it moves anymore. I don't want to over tighten them, like I said. And there you go. I'll put the specs on there for the weight difference, what the weight is, but oh man, like that weight puts it down into your hand, because obviously it's in the center almost, and it's in the palm of your hand. So if you're getting really good grip, and these are aggressive, they're not disturbing. It's not bothering me. I'll see what happens over time, but I had them on the Canic and it had the same material, the same aggressive texturing, and it didn't really bother me. It matches. Now if you're practicing your draw on these suckers, I would either just do a temporary wrap on it, because if you're doing 30-40 draws, this can start to bother you and kind of scratch you a little bit. But again, that's just, I'm sure everybody's hands are different. I would just say, to save some of your skin here, if you're practicing your draw over and over and over and over like we should, I probably would put something on just to make sure. But in a competition, you're only drawing, you know, 5 or 6 times really, right? 5 or 6 stages, unless you're at a huge one at 12, and that's not going to be bothersome. But that's a real fast install. I love the look of them, the texture. And I got the Palmswells, Ryan Cobra Coil recommended these. He says you can really get your support hand in there, and it kind of feels, if you can see this, the curvature that we naturally have here, all of us, right? Some of us have a little bit more meat up here than others. So this curve kind of helps, or hump or bump, whatever you want to call it, helps fill that in there. So you can kind of feel the wall all the way across your palm in there. And hopefully that'll help a ton. But that weight should help a lot with that felt recoil and bringing that muzzle down, maybe not even causing it to go up as much. A lot of that weight, again, is just kind of centered right here, as you guys can see it. But beautiful, beautiful grips. So you guys already know. Comments, feedback, questions on these, let me know. I'll probably start using it here in the next few days, training with it, seeing how they feel. Make sure these screws don't back out on me. You always want to test everything you do to your pistols before you just put them in use. You just never know if you did something wrong, or the screws weren't properly tightened, or no Loctite was used, whatever the case. You always want to test everything out. But yeah, drop some comments, feedback, and you already know, reach out to me on Instagram, fat_tactical, if you have any questions. All right, appreciate you guys.